And I'm still learning him, but I read people very easily, very quickly. And when I read from Tim is he's no nonsense. He's all about working hard. He's all about putting his best foot forward, and he's here to be on top. He's not here just to say he did it, and he's not here just to win a belt and go home. Like he really wants to capitalize, make a name for himself, and become a global star. And I love that about him.
Yeah, sorry, they're ready-made excuses if he wants them, but that's not really his mentality, is it?
No, I probably I really I relate to Tim in a lot of ways. Just learning him over the course of the last couple of months and seeing him, I was the same way. It didn't matter what was going on. At the end of the day, I gotta get in the ring and do what I do, and be great. And he's daring to be great. I think anyone who questions what he's doing right now, they don't understand true greatness.
You had the chance to come out and see Tim fight Tony Harrison. How do you look back on that performance from Tim?
I think Tim grew up very quickly along the way in preparation for that fight, and then I think that on fight night he really grew because all of his preparation it showed itself and it proved itself to work. So I saw that fight going differently. Tony didn't really do some of the things I expected him to do. Piston jab when he threw it, but he wasn't consistent enough. And the thing that everyone had said about Tim, he will overwhelm you and he will break you down. That's exactly what he did to Tony. So I think that he's really just sharpening his skills, and it's not just about being overbearing. And I think that that's the best part about Tim as a fighter, to get to this point and be able to switch up, do different things in the ring. It's going to be really beneficial for him getting past Ocampo, and then obviously looking forward to Charlo.
How do you see the fight going this weekend, sort of stylistically? Campo's pretty tall.
I think stylistically it works to Tim's style. I think Ocampo is a come straight ahead fighter. He's not much movement, which means he's going to be right in line for just about everything that Tim throws, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a quick night.
What do you think of his mentality, just the fact he's taking this fight? Do you think we should be seeing more of this kind of thing in boxing?
Yep. I think right now Tim is probably the best functional fighter right now in the world, where he's busy, out of sight, out of mind. And a lot of fighters don't realize that I take 6 months out of the ring and nobody remembers what I did, nobody remembers who I am, and so he's being consistent. And he's keeping the work right there in front of everybody. You can't deny Tim, especially if he puts it down against Carlos Ocampo. 2 fresh performances this year, and looking for another one near the fall. I mean, that's great.
Where do you rate Tim Tszyu in terms of Charlo if that fight happens later this year?
Well, I think Tim is staying busy. A year ago, I would have said Charlo wins the fight easy. After seeing this fight against Tony, I said, this is still going to be a really hard fight for both fighters, but I think Charlo's going to win. Now, with him being busy, keeping that work rate up, riding the waves of the energy of being consistently successful, this fight's going to get harder for Charlo month after month.
You said 6 months ago you thought Charlo would have won easy. Tim's obviously a big
I
star.
said a year ago, man.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Tim's a big star in Australia.
Yeah.
It felt like the Harrison fight was kind of his coming out party for the US. Do you feel like the US boxing fans are starting to put a bit of respect on his name?
Well, I think, to be honest with you, and just being frank, I think another American fighter would have been beneficial for Tim in terms of being able to translate to the American audience. I think that him getting in the ring with the Mexican fighter that doesn't have the support of Americans, I don't think that this fight for him is beneficial in terms of his popularity with the American boxing fans. But he does something amazing, something that no one's really been able to do. Knock out Ocampo. Yeah, Errol stopped him, but it was a body shot. If he beats down Ocampo and knocks him out, that's something to write home about. For me to write home about.
Tim's obviously got a big job to do on Sunday. But
Yeah.
if we were to press you for a prediction, if he gets through that unscathed, v Charlo.
And like I said before, man, the more time Charlo stays out of the ring, not fighting, and especially Tim getting in the ring and fighting, it's just going to become a harder fight for Charlo. Right now, it may even be 50-50 now, you know. I see Tim really maturing, and when you get in the ring with someone and they say, well, who have you fought? Well, each fight's a stepping, it's a step up the ladder. And I believe that Tim is taking all the right steps and Charlo's staying here. It's only a matter of time before he goes here. And on fight night, he could actually do that, you know. That remains to be seen, but right now I think it's a 50-50 fight.
You got Crawford Spence in a couple of weeks. You fought them both.
I'm not talking Crawford Spence.
Bad memories? Or?
It's gonna be a great fight, though. It's gonna be a great fight. Fight of this generation, and I can't wait for that one, man. It's a pick'em fight, man. They both got all the tools, and that's all you could ever want. You know, I'm not concerned with figuring out who's gonna win the fight. I'm concerned with figuring out who wins. You know what I mean? When it happens.